It's the beginning. So I'm really not about watching that beginning again. Okay, cool. So, where should I go now?
What did it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had
Now that I know
simply
where to
missed a memo.
go, I'm going to do the opposite of what I have done.
When Stanley came to
So
a
it's
set
this
of two
way.
open, this was not the correct way to the meeting room,
Oh, no.
and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I did.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth
What? That's a
admiring.
rip-off.
It had really been
125 for a
worth the detour
canned
after all,
beverage.
just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate,
what the heck?
beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Yes, I did.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and
Shit.
got back on track.
Alright, so I'll do this part
Yet there was
correctly.
not a single person
Oh wait,
here either.
do unbelievably amazing
Feeling
work
a
all the
wave of
time every day.
disbelief,
Wait, no
Stanley
exception of
decided to
promotion
go up
or
to his
recognition.
boss's office,
Check,
hoping he
I
might
will write
find
all
an
that
answer
stuff down.
there.
Okay, let's learn from this. Alright, never mind, I'll keep going. I won't get off sidetrack. Broom closet's not open this time.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
What happens if I go this way? I guess I'm gonna go this way. Alright, hopefully it's a wise decision.
But Stanley just couldn't do it.
Let's get in
He
my
considered
car,
the
man.
possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in
What
such a
about that?
competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all.
So
None of it made any logical
definitely
sense.
going to the same.
And as Stanley pondered
stuff.
this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
Where'd
Why
my
did
feet go?
doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
True.
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar.
Yes,
Were
they
simply
are.
repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his
Wonder what
job.
happens.
He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake
Oh.
up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Oh.
Then
I
he
am floating.
imagined himself soaring through space on a magical star field, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up.
I think he went
How was
to
he
the...
remaining so lucid? And then perhaps
he
the
went to the
strangest
420
question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he
Ooh,
thought.
that is
And while he thought it all very
mind-messing
odd
situation.
and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life.
I hate these
Now,
rooms.
hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too, surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back.
I do, I feel it.
The fresh air of a world outside this one.
I feel that too.
Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Is he?
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Uh-oh. What's going on?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day.
What a sick
very
woman.
important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Wow, what a jerk. Alright, so...
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself.
What if I did everything
Minutes?
wrong?
Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned?
It did.
He made a
You
note
died.
to be more careful with time from now on. When Stanley came to
Alright,
a
maybe
set
I
of
should
two
just
open
go
doors, he entered the door on his
do everything
left.
right and then kind of deviate a little bit.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a
so let's
staircase,
go up.
Stanley walked upstairs to his
See what's
boss's
going
office.
Oh. Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast. Money crisp. Huh. Well, that's a fun little secret. Super fun. Alright, anything back here? Am I missing things? Oh, hey. There's an elevator. I kind of want to go to the office, though.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered
don't
aloud
remember.
to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf,
Am I?
looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so
Ooh.
the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 28 4-5. But of course, Stanley could get incredibly
Hey, I figured
by
it
simply
out.
pushing random buttons on the keypad.
Again.
Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Alright, let's go down. Down, down, down. I wonder how many different combinations there are. That's like, if it exceeds like 1,000, that would be nuts. That would be just crazy. Talk about replay value.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I see it. Let's go this way. It says escape.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Ouch. How violent?
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
But I want to
At
go
this
this
point,
way.
Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
What do you think it is? Is it death by fire? Splat. So that was not. Well, that wasn't good. Oh, I made a little contraption. Oh no!
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise,
Ouch.
he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this really is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Oh, ew. Hello, walls. Hello, walls.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into
Who are
the
you?
enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated, as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Ugh. Wait, how am I still here? The Stanley Parable.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When
Oh, this
every
place is
path
pretty
you
nice.
can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the
So,
same.
that's my
Do you
office?
see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
I did not know that. Button sound, synthesized stuff. Alright, let's see what's going on down here. So it's like a museum dedicated to me. Well, isn't that flattering? Oh. It's my telephone. Alright, where else can I go? Everything of mine is on display. It's the elevator thingy I died in. This is pretty crazy. Pretty nutso, pretty nutso. Alright, what else we got over here? Oh, what is this? Oh, narration outtakes. Not really digging that too much. Got sick of that guy after a while. Always bullying me around. Bully! Alright, let me go see where that exit leads. Probably right back to the office, no doubt. But we will see where it goes. I don't know why there's a war zone. What's going on here? Subject gay. Are you gay? Narration emails. I am Anthony. What is this strange number? Could you tell me what the significance of this number is? I cannot, Anthony. W. Congratulations, congratulations, wow, congratulations, congratulations. In line with our previous announcements regarding that number. Yeah. Lots of stuff. Cool. Where's the exit again? I think it's this way. And there it is.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How
And
they
I think
both
we
wish
start
to be free. Can you see?
again.
Can you see how much they need one another?
No.
No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game.
Alright, so that seems like a pretty good playthrough on it. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I don't know if I'd recommend this game. It's pretty fun, but I mean, it's pretty fun in the way I can't even think of another game to compare it to. I don't know. I mean, it's got replay value, but it's not anything like super crazy fun. It's just a lot of different options. So, yeah. I mean, think what you will, I guess, guys. So I will talk to you guys later. Stay beautiful. All right. Bye.